Hello and welcome back to Sigh of the Abyss. I think today we will learn some more about the blood death, I think we called it. Not sure how gruesome that will get, so let's brace ourselves after last time. Hopefully we have a bit of a soft start first. Yep. You start your day wrapped in the soft sleeping gown Mirane gifted you. When you leave the guest house, you find your companions waiting for you. Silas is picking the crumbs out of an empty basket, the sort Mirane usually brings. Livera, you're not hungry, are you? I got a bit carried away. I don't mind. What did you devour? It would have been nice to have a taste. Or smile at her. What did you devour? Olive bread. The surgeon should be done with his examination. Perhaps he found something. He'll need help getting rid of the corpse as well. Getting rid of? Yeah, that's what I thought. Truly. Let's not start a discussion now. The market stalls propped against a tree statue and the rest are a riot of soliciting and hollering. Several in the crowd sport straw hats, peasants from the countryside. He is going to die. The voice is once again distant. You search the crowd, looking for its source. Another one so soon? Squeezed for a sweat. The shadows part to reveal a figure. A man with a crate on his shoulder is walking in your direction. Once your eyes fall on him, the whisper grows louder. He is going to die. A child is running circles around the peasant. They have the same eyes. Can we stop by the bridge? We're already late. Ma's going to be... Just as he's passing you, the peasant wheezes and a violent cough makes his body convulse, but you are ready. Grab the falling crate, have the shadows prevent the crate from falling, don't let the child get crushed by the falling crate. Yeah, I guess saving the child is the most important here. I'm going to save still. I'm guessing rowing the crate is just as fine, but let's prioritize the child. The crate slips from his hands just as the sun finishes running a lap around him. Stop. The power in your words makes the child freeze in place. The crate crashes in front of his feet instead of on his head. The raspy sound of the peasant's throat is strained, as if he's struggling to breathe. Too real, too soon. Huh? The man tries to say something, but bubbles of blood leave his mouth instead. Pa? We need to bring him to the surgeon, quickly. To the surgeon? He's the only one we know who can help him. Livera, I'll help you. Mirane crouches on the ground in front of the child. Is that your father? Wrecked by tears, the small child nods. My friends can bring him to a surgeon. I'm sure he'll be able to help. Let's hope he will be. The peasant's consciousness ebbs like wheat in the wind. You're not sure he can hear Mirane. I will wait here with you. She taps the crate. It's a small miracle it's still intact. Someone needs to guard this, I can do it. Good. She exchanges a glance with you, and you leave for Labos practice with Silas and the peasant. Weird, but that he seemed to be well one moment and then had such an extreme reaction the next. I didn't expect it to go that way. You desperately knock on Labo's door.
What?
Another violent cough makes blood drip from the peasant's mouth. Open, please. Someone needs your help. You hear Labo struggle with the latch. He's still alive, but I don't know for how much longer. When the door finally opens, it takes him one look at the peasant's bloodied shirt to understand the gravity of the situation.
Silas, go get Nessa. She has the apothecary 2 streets over, next to the cobbler.
Right. Labo drags up a chair and helps you make the peasant sit on it. Will he survive, or can he hear us? Both good questions. But I think survival is more important. Will he survive?
I bloody hope so.
Labo's practice smells like death. A stained cloth conceals the corpse on the lying table. Not something. Will this man suffer the same fate?
Clammy skin, cold sweats. His teeth are even chattering with this weather.
He looked fine and then he collapsed, or how long until Nessa gets here? It's not like he can answer that, so let's explain the situation. I think that's more important. He looked fine and then he collapsed.
Look at his face. He was pretending to be fine.
Okay, that's fair. He grabs a cloth and wipes away the blood. Once he's done, he unfolds the fabric to study it.
Look at this.
Look or shake your head? Well, I'm curious, so I'm gonna look. Amid the fresh streaks of red are gelatinous clumps. When Labo angles the cloth against the light, you see that the clumps are speckled with what looks like brown dust. There are flakes in there.
That shite is inside him.
When Silas arrives, she is followed by a bony woman in a threadbare black doublet.
You didn't forget, did you?
I prepared it yesterday. Nessa, the apothecary, must be a friend of his. She pulls a lean silver case from her belt. The inside is smeared with a gooey substance.
You, keep him straight.
Do as you are told, or what are you giving him? I'm going to trust him. Like, he knows best. We shouldn't waste time here, so I'm gonna do as we are told. You walk behind the chair and make the peasant lean back against its frame. Labo grabs the farmer's jaw and exposes his tongue. The theriac needs 20 more years of fermentation to reach its full potency.
Even her fermented is better than nothing.
Together, they administer the concoction. You observe the peasant's reaction with bated breath. How do we know it's working? The peasant releases the tension in his shoulders and inhales shakily. He's reacting well.
1 dose is not enough to fix him. Nessa, come look at this.
He approaches the table with the corpse concealed from sight with a cloth.
Wait, before that, Silas, miss, you two find something else to do for an hour or so.
He doesn't have to tell you twice. Before he can uncover the dissected cadaver, you leave the practice with Silas. Theriac, for a peasant? I thought only nobles could afford that stuff. The apothecary said it wasn't fully fermented yet. Sneaky, sneaky, using it when she shouldn't. Nessa and Labo were so focused on saving the man that they didn't give you much in terms of explanations. There's always time for that later, like saving the man had priority. However curious I am. We should go back to the miss and the squirt. She doesn't strike me as one who can handle children. I mean, she seemed to do quite well. But sure. You find them in the shade. The child is sitting on the crate, and Marani is silently watching over him. Where's Pa? He's taking a rest. A surgeon and an apothecary are with him. He's fine. Is he? You have nothing to worry about. He's safe. I would like to say that's true, but can we really promise that? I don't think so. So let's just go with the truth. I mean, that implies he's being cared for, right? A surgeon and an apothecary are with him. Is he that sick? He'll manage. They're helping him. He just got a mouthful of theriac. That fixed him up real quick. Mirane's eyes burn with questions she dares not ask with the son present. Young man, your mother must be worried. Since we need to spend some time away from the practice, we can walk you home. But then Pa will be alone. Once we're back in the city, we can walk him home too. That seems to reassure him. Mirane's eyes fall on the crate. I can carry it. Once you get a good grip, you raise it above your shoulder like you saw the man do. Wow. So, where do you live, little guy? The child glares at her, and so does Mirane. What? It doesn't matter how far away it is. Lead the way. The child begins walking with you and Tao. He guides you past the red drapes of the Temple of Dusk and through the western gates. The guards let you pass without issues, or so you think. Just as you reach the other side of the fortifications, you hear armored footsteps punctuated by a heavy sigh behind you.
Oi, you're not up to any funny business, are you, missus?
Are we? The guard doesn't flinch.
You tell me.
We're escorting the child home. He's looking at the child, perhaps he should answer. Perhaps he should answer? Okay. No funny business, have a good day, or what's the problem? I mean, that's the most straightforward, yeah? We're escorting the child home? That's maybe just to be safe, but yeah. We're escorting the child home. I can't carry that myself. The child points at the crate. Silently, the guard studies his expression before relenting.
Very well.
The abyss within the guard's heart resonates with you. It had a fierce grip around his stomach, now released once he's convinced of your good intentions.
You can pass.
Okay, so he's looking out for the child? Not the bad intentions I kinda thought they were. Beyond the city, the dirt road is flanked by grass. The smell of manure mixes with the fragrance of wheat and the verdant notes of onion leaves. You see grapevines in a field, still empty of fruit. Can you tell me how far it is? How far is it, Squirt? His name is not Squirt. I'm Miché. I think it's Miché, Mike, whatever. Miché's house belongs to a tiny village at the foot of a hill, with a well, a mill, and not much else. His mother is agitated when she sees you and Mirane, but Scylla sweeps in to explain the situation. The woman bears a striking resemblance to her son. Not once does she ask about her husband. Nearby, you exchange a quick word with Mirane. I was under the impression you disliked children. Only when they're noisy. Okay, I can relate to that. The crate, it turns out, contains food and bed sheets. You were quick to act when the child was in peril. Mirane leans forward and holds your gaze. Almost as if you knew what was about to happen. Have I told you yet that I am in awe of how extraordinary you are? Your raw magic is a root that pierces the soil out of sheer will. A smile plays on her lips. May it burrow in the ground and flourish. Thank you. How poetic, or it looks like she wants to say more. Okay, if she wants to say more, let's let her speak. I wish I could take credit for this metaphor. Fernando, my mentor, wrote it in his journals. It always struck me as strange, yet after seeing you, I understand what you meant. Silas returns to you in a sour mood. She was talking my ear off about how they can't afford to get sick and blah blah blah. And instead of being sympathetic, you did what? I told her to save her whining for the ladies. Just like we should save our breath to keep our pace brisk, lap on the apothecary should be done. Okay, so... Well, maybe the mother shows her worry that way, who knows. The practice isn't as quiet as it usually is. On the doorstep, Lapo is talking with the priest of dusk.
Don't make it a habit.
You recognize him. He was in La Marina when you went there for Renza. He bears a scar on his lip that's identical to Silas's, but mirrored. A quick glance at your friend confirms her displeasure in seeing him. Lapo and the priest make way to let the stretcher pass. The body carried on it is concealed by a deep red cloth, the same color as the priest's stoles. Silas draws the symbol of dusk in the air once they pass you.
Took you long enough to come back.
Was that the young man of yesterday? Was that the peasant? I hope that was the man of yesterday.
Yes, dusk be with him in the afterlife.
What about the other guy we brought in? How is he doing?
He's resting in the back. Nessa's keeping an eye on him.
The surgeon appears to be in a good mood for once.
Come inside.
Okay, that's a good sign. A strong herbal scent hits your nose as you enter, much more pleasant than the stench of death.
Nessa, they're back.
A chair scrapes against the floor and Nessa walks out from behind the drape. Keep your voice down. After scolding him, her eyes fall on you.
Right, straight to the point. Yesterday, I cut up the lad you brought me. Dusk watch over him. His insides are unlike any I have ever seen.
Keep listening or I don't need to know the details. We are trying to get to the bottom of this, so I think we need some detail. So let's keep listening.
Since it's a coughing disease, I started with his lungs, but they were fine. His trachea had some strange...
What's a trachea?
I don't know how to pronounce.
Trachea
Is what I'd say, but...
He glares at her.
Strange black coating around the epiglottis, so I changed course and inspected his esophagus. That and his stomach were ruined by that stuff. Do you remember this morning that the fresh blood of that one sleeping over there had dust in it?
It's the same substance.
And it's not produced by the body. It must come from something they eat or drink.
It's not a disease after all. Could it be a poison, or that doesn't explain why they die when they come here? Huh. Yeah, that's strange. If it's something they ingest, why would it be just the peasants? And just as they come here. That is strange. It's a poison of some kind, or it's like... This is probably a bit far-fetched, but you know, this thing of when you go to somewhere where there's just different kinds of bacteria, stuff that your body isn't used to, that kind of stuff, when you're in a completely different environment. That kind of thing, but I mean, they don't live that far away, so very strange. So like not exactly poison, but your body doesn't have the antibodies for it, that kind of thing. Anyway, that doesn't explain why they die when they come here.
Good point. They all come from the same area, said Mattia.
That's correct. They all come from the lands of House Rizzo. Do they? We just walked the child of that one over their home. He lived an hour away on foot. The Rizzo's own land a day away from here. That's still not that far that it is a completely different, like, biome or something. Lapo mumbles a curse under his breath.
I knew it was too easy. Well, it's out of my hands now. Nessa is much more of an expert on poisons and their cures.
The farmer in the back wheezes. Nessa and Lapo exchange a look, then she hands him the silver case, the one containing the theriac.
Can you get your hands on some fully fermented?
They disappear behind the drape for a moment. Oh dear. I hope we can save these people. Is someone behind this, or is it an accident? Can't we go to the hinterlands already? Look at what they are doing. Would be interesting, but I don't know how much that helps us now. Yeah, I do want to save them, but I'm also curious what it is. Someone behind us, or is it an accident? It could be either. I don't want to rule out either. Yeah, let's keep our eyes on our goal, I think. I hope we can save these people. Yeah, it looks like a horrible way to die.
No, that's dysentery.
Ugh. What? They return with the empty case of theriac.
Nessa, you take it from here. I'll stay with this poor sword until the theriac takes effect. Close the door when you leave.
Nessa walks with you outside of the practice. The vials on her belt clink like bones. A moment, if I may. Gladly. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. The surgeon had better things to do than care about manners. He wasn't always like this, you know. But we shouldn't talk about him right outside his door. I mean, he's been fine concerning, like, the situation. I think he's been... I like him.
You're damn right you shouldn't.
Lapo makes a show of locking the door. Nessa nods towards the street that runs from the rest to the distant gates. I run a small shop 2 streets over. Let's start there. You follow her. People seem to recognize Nessa and nod or smile to her. I am Nessa, known by most as an apothecary. Silas. Morane of the Halls. Among my many titles, I am Indogatrix Emerita and Third of the Council. My name is Livera. The innocence of Nessa's smile is marred by the shadows that pool around her sunken eyes. Something is off. Oh? The back door of a squat building covered in ivy leads you inside her apothecary shop. Bundles of herbs are hanging from the ceiling, left to dry over her working table. The smell is rich and warm. A sea of bottles is arranged on the shelves. A glass cabinet holds an elaborate jar with a date embossed on it, 20 years in the past. Nice place you have here. Are you not going to open your shop? Why the secrecy? Or was the shop closed while you were gone? Eh? Why the secrecy? I want to be nice, but I'm also interested in this one. Why the secrecy? Nessa unsheaths the knife on her belt ever so slightly. Silas does the same. She pulls out the blade and points it at Nessa, shielding you from her. Put that away. Nessa ignores her. She runs her thumb on her blade and sheaths it back. 2 lines are traced in blood over her eyes. I knew it. The abyss makes them gleam with power, so faint you feel it instead of seeing it. Oh, we can see it a little here. The envoy in the flesh. Shadows dance on her face almost excitedly, beckoning you closer. Who are you really, or how do you know? Who are you really? I told you who I am. I am Nessa, nothing more and nothing less. You, however, you carry within yourself the mysteries of the abyss. Are you delusional? No, she doesn't. Silas, we talked about this. Nessa, Sister N. Morane's smile is as sweet as it is wicked. Hey, soul sister. With the achievement we just got, meet Sister N. Okay then. By the way, I checked earlier and this game has a total of 65 achievements on Steam. Which is a lot. And I mean, it makes sense with the pace it's going. It's pretty long already, and then you consider the different choices and paths and routes. Oh boy. Morane's smile is as sweet as it is wicked. The departed brother V sends his regards through me. Of course, of the coven that slew itself for you, more remains, led by Sister N. Is this some weird magic thing? Why is the warden not coming? Nessa wipes the blood away from her eyelids. You see goosebumps on bare arms. The warden has no say over magic that is not of the halls. He never came when you used your powers, and what are those if not magic, after all? What is this abyss you mentioned? Nessa redirects the question to you with her gaze. All eyes on you. Thank you. You can't afford to lose Silas to the truth, so you lie with measured words. I mean, again, we have been quite open with her before, or we tried, and if she doesn't want to believe it, that's not our fault. I don't know what Nessa's talking about. Come on. The apothecary's gaze hardens. More than anyone, she would understand your need for secrecy. The fib is enough to make Silas lower her dagger, but not unsheath it. You're full of shite, apothecary. Believe whatever makes you feel better. With Silas present, you cannot talk freely. I kind of hate this. Like, why can we not choose, at least, to be open? And again, we were open before. She didn't like it much, sure, but I don't know. We're done here, right? Yes. Return in a few days. They should be enough for me to figure out what's poisoning the peasants. Before she leaves, Morane takes an envelope from the fold on her breast. It bears a shimmery seal. Locking eyes with Nessa, she places it on her table and follows you outside. Only now does Silas sheath her weapon once more. Could that have gone different, or will we have a chance to talk with her freely? Because that was kind of disappointing. Livera and I will retire for the day. Since when do you speak for her? Lie, I'm quite tired after walking to Michel's house. Oh, farewell, Silas. Is this not kind of the same? I don't like either of these. But I also don't want to lie, so I guess I'm going to say farewell, Silas. Wow. Sorry. Fine. I'm off. You exchange a glance with Morane and part ways. Silex makes sure you don't return to Nessa's shop before leaving as well. I thought that was maybe the purpose. But okay. Should I have lied? I don't like any of this. And I also thought even if we wouldn't go back to Nessa, that at least we can walk with Morane for a bit. But no. Disappointing. You cross through the gates of the refrain with purpose, heading upstairs to your quarters. A sealed letter should be waiting for you there. Just as you're ascending the main staircase, blue mist clouds your vision. The heavy scent of flowers dazes you for a moment. Okay, I didn't say anything. When you open your eyes, Mirani and Nessa are already in the foyer, summoned there by the wondrous spell of the letter. I was never fond of Brother V's magic. Nessa leans against the wall to regain her balance. I can't believe he passed it off as his own. You hurry down the stairs to join them. I suspected you wanted to resume our talk, Mirani. I didn't want that cur to overhear us, not after having a preview of what her reaction would be. Fair, but can we talk a little nicer about Scylla still? Face to face with Nessa, you can't help but notice how willowy she is, how pale. You're almost the same color. Her thin lips curve in a mirthful smile. They succeeded. They blessed Carolisi with an envoy. In death they are exalted and by you devoured, harbinger of the darkest hour. Don't you feel sorry for your loss? You say that with a smile. You don't seem to be in mourning. I should extend to you my condolences. I mean, obviously not, but... You say that with a smile. Of course, there's pride in their accomplishment. They might have lost their bodies, but their souls still swell on you. Why did you not get in touch with me before? Our aim was to summon you into this world. The dead guide you as the living rebuild. Of course, their voices cannot aid you in matters of the world. That's why Brother V ensured you'd have a companion in the flesh. She nods towards Mirani. Did one of your people hire Silas? Much like myself, she has been tasked with protecting Livera. It's possible, but I wouldn't know who her patron could be. Right, we didn't find that out yet. How many of you are left, or how can the abyss empower you? Both very interesting questions. I guess we might find out how many there are eventually. Would you know this? How many of you are left? Half a dozen. And does your coven have a name? We change names like a snake sheds its skin. To know our name is to be initiated into our mysteries. You mentioned the darkest hour. I don't imagine you happen to know what it entails. The abyss has long enticed us with its promise of upheaval. Once the darkest hour eclipses the city, we will discard our ciphers and secrets to worship the abyss openly. That is all I know. She curtsies to you. Consider me and the others at your service. I don't know if I like that. Who are these others? You must want something from me in exchange. What can you do for me, or I'll think about it. I'm between who are these others and you must want something from me. What can you do for me? We'll find out. You must want something from me in exchange. She smiles. I would have begged you to look into death by blood, but it seems you already are, a testament to your greatness. Thank you. I do have a small request. Could I see her one last time, my apprentice? I believe she is the one that led you to me. Summoned by Nessa's longing words, the whisper comes back. They will all die, squeezed for their sweat, praised like the donkey is, for its work, not for its being. All I need is some of your blood. Agree or refuse? It does sound innocent enough. Gonna agree. Nessa unsheathes her knife and slices her palm. She then offers the bloodied blade to you. Give me your hand. The weapon is so sharp that a painless graze is enough to draw blood. The shadows lap at your wound as your hands join and your life essences come together. Like a roaring flame, power surges within you and makes your hand burn. I see them. You see them too. Shadowy figures whose features you cannot discern dance around you. This magic is too much for Nessa. Pained, she releases your hand and collapses against the wall, out of breath. I don't have the aptitude to withstand such power. You wielded magic before. Not to this extent. It taxes too much. Her hand is still bleeding. Among us all, only Brother V could harness it, and it shattered his mind. The abyss is not the sterile perversion of the halls and their aether. True magic lies in dirt. Teach me. I am not a fool like my mentor. I won't let it consume me. Why do I feel like it consuming you is exactly the kind of bad end we could potentially get from Mirane? Instead of answering, Nessa laughs. Are you mocking me? I'm surprised it took you so long to ask. Mirane, are you sure about this or don't say anything? Are you sure about this? Of course. This is magic that cannot be perceived by the warden. How could I refuse it? That's the only reason? Come with me then, back to the shop. I need to treat. She lifts her bloodied palm. The wound is still open. This. Yours has long healed. Well, you are special. Farewell. Come visit me in a couple of days. Before leaving, Mirane walks closer to clutch your hands in hers. Dimples appear on her cheeks as a bright smile, unlike you have ever seen before, graces you. I'll be going as well, my friend. Take care. That's it? Okay. I don't know how to feel about this. Like tapping into the abyss and all that, but I don't know. You return to your quarters, passing the time with one of the books on your reading desk. A sip of design makes you scrunch your face. It's tasteless hot water.
Perhaps I should let it steep more.
You take the bundle of daisies and dunk them back into the cup. Daisies? Is daisy tea a thing? It probably was back in the day, right? You would try anything. It's then that you hear footsteps outside your door. A guest? The footsteps continue down the hallway and are followed by the creaking sound of a door opening.
I thought I was alone in here.
You raise your head to the ceiling. They're faint, but you can hear thumbs coming from above you. Noisy neighbors or just a house where you can hear a lot of your neighbors? It's the worst. That's where the belfry is. You didn't know it could be accessed. Curiosity gets the better of you. Eager to investigate, you put on your boots and leave your room. One of the doors at the end of the hallway lies ajar, and the smell of summer escapes through it. Yeah, I thought it would be him. Bathed in moonlight, Ascanio is sitting in the on the belfry's railing. What a fine figure he cuts against the night sky. Indeed. Nice place you have here. What a beautiful view. What are you doing here? Relaxing? Am I bothering you?
What a beautiful view.
Fiorella is a cluster of lights that reflects on the waves like fireflies.
Beautiful indeed.
As you lean against one of the arches, a spark of magic flickers in his hand, and his eyes move from the field of rooftops that rolls towards the sea to you.
You are troubled.
I'm surprised you can tell.
You must think very little of me if you expect me not to notice.
Mine is only about a foul mood. Hardly anything of concern.
If the view does not bring you solace, some amusement could. All I seek is your answer to this. What is it that the human beast covets most?
The human beast? Or what if my answer does not match your expectations? The human beast?
Isn't a person an animal trained to contain their beastly impulses?
You're a person too.
An exceptionally trained one.
What is it that mortals covet the most? That depends on the person entirely. It's love. There's little rhyme or reason to what people crave. People need to feel in control, they need power to do that. Everybody is afraid of not mattering. We want to leave a mark on the world. I don't like the power one, the control one, that's not me. Love? In the widest sense, sure. This one's also very true. Not mattering, want to leave a mark on the world. It's also a good one. Also, I think true for most of us. We want to matter in some ways. Doesn't need to be something big, but if you just matter to just one person, just your friends, your family, that's also mattering, right? Tricky. I'm gonna go with this one.
Everybody is afraid of not mattering. We want to leave a mark on the world. For some, it's a record left in the annals of history. For others, it's art.
For most, it's children.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of course there isn't.
He smiles at the moon.
What would your answer be? The question stays the same.
I think it would be similar to yours. I am now bound to the rules of the halls. But it wasn't always the case. Unlike the other members, I have spent most of my life outside its gilded walls. Only when I buried my wife and our little girl, I resigned myself to the yoke of the halls.
You were married? Had a child?
My Marla and Artessa. I have nothing of them left. Everything I have done for them, to honor their memories. Is it not cruel for me to be their legacy?
My condolences.
Silence falls between you. Countless stars glitter in the sky and bathe the distant sea in cold light.
When Marinette brought to my attention an old arrangement with her mentor, she said that the guest we were meant to host would be extraordinary.
He turns towards you.
Was she right?
I don't know. But I didn't expect that sad of a turn. She said that about me. Of course she did. She might have embellished my credentials a bit. She was. I never claimed to be extraordinary. Yeah, we didn't, but we kind of are, aren't we? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
She might have embellished my credentials a bit.
Surely for a reason.
He shuffles on the railing, finding a more comfortable position.
I'll soon have to return to the halls.
Do you not want to?
He sighs deeply.
I have to. Thank you for your company.
Stay in the belfry for a while or go back to your room. Let's stay a while.
Take care.
He disappears into the darkness of the stairs. You look across the sleeping city bathed in moonlight. It really is beautiful. Okay, I finally got to spend some time with him, but yeah, that was sad. Through their blood, a miracle, visions of invisible truth. Their numbers thin, yet they know that the fall sun will soon set to gift the night to the herd. Are you talking about Nessus Coven? Their nurtured treasure is you, O envoy. Okay. Morning comes. When you look outside the window, nobody is waiting for you at the gates, as agreed. Idleness is forced upon you, but you won't let it stop you from seizing the day. You refresh yourself and step outside. The wind picks up and caresses your cheek. It's warm.
I have been meaning to talk to you for some time, herald of the darkest hour.
Okay, we keep getting new people. Carried by the wind, a voice wraps around you. Who are you? How do you know who I am?
My people know me as... Slug?
Oh dear, I'm gonna have to look that up.
But butcher not my name, I beg you.
Then give me a voice line and tell me how it's pronounced, please.
You may call me Shiroko.
Thank you. It's a name you recognize, one Malak the shopkeeper mentioned. Shiroko is one of the Javidian Four Winds. Oh. Are you an envoy too, or what do you want from me? Again, both good questions. Huh. What do you want from me?
Come to Malak's hand of piety. I shall see you there. Fear not, for my intention is to talk.
So why was the name spelled differently there? Was that on purpose? The wind picks up and makes your hair dance in front of your face. He is gone. With a knot in your stomach, you head for Malak's shop. Questions pile up in your mind, but you steel yourself and press on. The hand of piety is significantly less dusty than you remember.
Good morning.
Malak rises from the counter to greet you with a smile. There is no sign of Shiroko in the shop.
I haven't seen you in some time.
Very true. The way he drinks in the sight of you makes your cheeks feel hotter, but then his smile wanes.
I'm glad to see you're alright. You were in my dreams again and...
Dreams or nightmares?
You decide. I saw you tend to a flower whose roots were bare, and instead of burrowing into the soil, they were outstretched above you. These roots, they were crying out a name, but I forgot. Michaela?
All around Malak, the shadows come alive. They drip from the walls, slither over the heavy cabinets, crawl and twist all around him.
Those are not dreams, but visions.
Malak's eyes turn pitch black. He sways, about to fall, when his shadow takes the shape of an elegantly dressed man. He catches the unconscious Malak before the fall and makes him sit, slumped over the counter. What are you doing to him?
Please, do not be alarmed. I would never harm one of my chosen.
Oh. Malak the Chosen. A memory shared among siblings over a decade ago. The boy fancied himself a man already, yet he reminded me of one of your nestlings, sister dearest. Beardless and squawking? Only beardless. It's unlike you to be so cruel to your chosen. Rather than being chosen, this one begged and pleaded. He is the child I saved in Carolisi all these years ago, remember? You never told me about that. I had forgotten myself. I wanted to refuse him, but he endeared himself to me with his pleas. He listed all my titles, and invented some too. Okay.
Malak is taking a rest, that's all.
Again, you're using a different name on purpose? That's not quite the same. Golden flowers are embroidered on Shiroko's garbs, the same flowers Malak carved on his own arm. His eyes. Oh, international relations. Meet a fellow envoy from abroad. Okay, they keep piling up. His eyes, they are violet, just like yours. What is a god doing in my presence, or how can I trust you?
I mean, how can I trust you? You can ask that anybody.
What is a god doing in my presence?
I am only a god to the mortals. To you, herald of the darkest hour, I am a peer. I will be, once you embrace your mandate.
Despite his accent, he speaks fluently, if formally. Long hair frames his face, and it seems to move in a breeze you do not feel yourself.
Questions stir in your heart. Do ask.
How is Malak one of your chosen? Do Atri and Alfian know of you? Are all the four winds envoys? Again, I want to ask everything, but yeah, you piqued my curiosity with this one. How is Malak one of your chosen?
He is mine through a bond of blood he himself renewed.
He points at the scar that splits Malak's face.
When death beckoned him, I interceded. When he returned to our cradle, he pledged himself to me, becoming one of my chosen.
What does it mean to be a chosen?
I bind to me those eager to scatter to the winds and reach the far ends of the world, for I travel with them. I have seen cities of ice and palaces of jade. With my chosen, I have climbed the tallest peaks and plunged into the depths of the earth, where creatures have no eyes and make no sounds. What is this world?
Have you always been with Malak?
His quiet life has never been one I sought to experience, until he voyaged back to Karalisi and met you.
Okay, we can ask the other stuff. Thank you. Do Atri and Alfian know of you?
I do not have many chosen in Karalisi, and none have ever stood close to the minstrel or the vagrant.
They might have never met, but he does know of them. Yeah, that's good to know. Are all the four winds envoys?
Envoy, that is the word you use. Yes. For we are, just as four other consuls of Aniseta, four other courts that rule Thea, and four the titans that command Illyria from their cloud-crowned peak.
They are all envoys.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, you could argue, my brothers and sister cannot leave our cradle behind with this ease of mine.
Brothers and sister? Are they related to you by blood or choice?
Necessity turned to choice.
How earnest. He reaches out for the compass rose on the counter and touches the gold embossing that points to the southeast.
Envoys are brought to this world to lead their people as rulers and gods. Why is it not the case here in Karalisi?
Why ask me a question when you know the answer, or the people here worship the goddess? Yeah, I mean, that's the answer, really. Also, when we started this whole thing of being the envoy and being super special and whatnot, I did not, I didn't think we'd meet so many envoys. Really strange, but okay. Interesting world. The people here worship the goddess.
Thus you rightly place the blame upon the prodigal one.
That name. Do you know who that is? The prodigal one?
For we are, for you are.
He slowly raises 4 fingers.
The prodigal one who revels in deception, the admiral whose sacrifice spared the city, the handsome minstrel who rejects his fate, and you. From most venerable to the youngest.
Can you take me to them? Do you know where they are?
I am afraid I cannot do that.
Of course not. He looks at his feet. You follow his gaze and see that he is stepping in Malak's shadow.
I am bound to my chosen. I gave my word I would never stray from their shadow while inside the city walls. They have greatly expanded in these past centuries.
Who did you give your word to? He grins.
To the very one you wish to harm, of course. The affairs of Keralesia are of little concern to me. Thus, the prodigal one, an enemy, can be met in friendship.
Why are you telling me all this, or what is this darkest hour I will bring forth? I'm not sure. He has been pretty open so far, so maybe he will actually reply what it is with the darkest hour. But I'm also interested in his agenda. Why are you telling me all this?
I am compelled by the darkest soul of the world, whom I speak for.
The Abyss.
Precisely.
It tells me that I will bring forth the darkest hour. Do you know what that might be?
I can only guess.
Okay. His eyes trail off for a moment.
There will be much weeping and gnashing of teeth once darkness sweeps across the land, but does the night not offer relief after the sun's merciless light beats over the fields?
He speaks in riddles, just like the Abyss.
You hide while the ladies shine upon the city, but behold, I am proof your future will be different, should you embrace it.
His arms part as he shows you his magnificence.
To the mortals, we are gods.
How would the people of Keralesia react if you stopped concealing your powers? Would they be in awe, or would they flee in fear? And would that attract the ire of the prodigal one? I will bring forth the darkest hour. What happens if I do not embrace my fate, or you are torn on what to do? I am. I truly am torn still. But bringing forth the darkest hour like that just sounds bad. Maybe it isn't? But I don't know. I am torn. Should I go with that? But I do want to want to know what happens if I do not embrace my fate.
Mortality, I have been told, has its allure. It has a defined end, finality.
Right, you can still decide to become mortal.
I am to take my leave.
We can decide to become mortal? Then what about Alpheon? He seemed to want to live a normal life. Can he not choose as well then? Before you go, thank you or farewell. I guess let's thank him. We got some more info. Before you go, thank you.
Thank you for satisfying my curiosity. I see now why you haunt Malik's dreams with such passion.
He returns your farewell in his native tongue and disappears. The shadows that were clinging to Malak retract and he stirs.
Ah, my neck.
With a pained frown, Malak comes back to his senses and massages his nape.
Livera, what? When did I fall asleep?
I found you like this. It pains you to lie to him, but making an enemy of Scirocco sounds like a terrible idea. Indeed.
How strange, I have never been one for naps, especially not while working.
The door opens right in that moment, and a family streams in, their arms heavy with belongings.
Just a moment.
He peers into your eyes, enraptured by the sight of you. Time stretches blissfully as his yearning becomes apparent.
I was hoping I'd see you again. Perhaps you could come another time, after the shop is closed?
Gladly, or give a non-committal answer. I don't know if you're the one for us. I'm so sorry. I mean, does it harm to keep our options open? To be friendly, but then again... Okay, here's the thing. He is so obviously interested in us, and I'm not really in him, so it would also be wrong to, like, stoke the fires when they're on, you know? Let's give a non-committal answer. I'm sorry.
I see.
Thank you again for tending to me. Farewell. Farewell, Malak. Sorry. You leave him to the patrons and step outside. The city awaits you. Oh boy. That is really weird that he has basically a shadow with him. Some baggage. So is everyone connected? Of course everyone's connected to us being an envoy in some way, right? Even if they don't necessarily know. That night, the abyss visits you in your slumber once more. Just as the winds blow in Banu Javidya, the seasons change course in Thea, the titans war in Illyria, the consuls win favors in Aniseta. Aniseta? Shiroko said that they are all envoys. Yes. Gods to the mortals, revered and worshipped, just as the abyss is. Everywhere but in treacherous Karolisi. And that is because of the prodigal one and their false son. Okay, so our goal is really to have the prodigal one have its downfall? Whoever that is. You open your eyes as distant bells toll. It's a new day, one you decide to start with a design. Invigorated, you leave the guest house. The Temple of the Prime Sun oversees the largest bathhouse in Karolisi, an imposing Anisetan-style building with tall marble columns and statues chipped away by time. The Temple of the Prime. The Lady of the Prime helps us fulfill our potential. The Temple of the Prime Sun is built next to Karolisi's biggest bathhouse, where sanitation and family planning, two of the chief interests of the Prime, come together nicely. Okay. Despite not belonging to her clergy, midwives are employed by the temple. The bathhouse of the Prime follows a strict schedule enforced by her clergy. Families are allowed only on specific days, and so are people without beloveds, who are not made to mingle with people not interested in having a beloved. Those that visit are given a small pumice stone for rough skin, tweezers, sage for teeth, and a rope free of charge that must be returned after use. Other bathhouses are run like a business, with some specializing in massages and others catering exclusively to athletes. Okay. A crowd is waiting for their turn outside the baths, under the watchful eyes of the priests and a couple of guards.
Livera.
Elfion greets you from the corner of your eye.
What are you doing here?
I'm just looking around. A bundle under his arm piques your curiosity. The contents are wrapped in rough cloth with the embroidery of the Prime. He must have requested the services of the temple. Elfion, are you all right?
Peachy, really.
He hides the bundle from sight.
This is really nothing to be concerned about.
Then why is he being so evasive?
Do you really want to know?
Is it gross? Should I retract my question? You being coy?
Yes.
Or unless it's private. Yeah, unless it's private.
Kind of, but you should probably know since it applies to you as well.
Oh?
I don't know how roundabout you want me to be about this, so I'll be direct for once. You and I are barren, which is a win in my book. But given the secrecy we must adhere to, it's handy to have herbs and lambskin too.
He taps the bundle.
Give mortals peace of mind and spare them all the details.
We are barren, or how often do you buy such supplies? That does sound more, private. We are barren?
Well, we are.
He looks around to make sure nobody is listening.
Trapped in time after our last breath. Our life is but an imitation of what mortals endure. Sometimes I'm surprised we manage to eat at all.
You find it easy to accept, or you feel like something has been stolen from you. We're not regular to begin with, so I don't know, I think it fits. I find that easy to accept.
We were made by the Abyss to rise above the limitations of the flesh, after all.
You have long been reaping the benefits of your abyssal lineage, and so has Elphion. The glint in his eyes makes his devilish smile all the more handsome.
Perhaps one of these days we should test those limits. Oh dear.
Elphion is happy to spend some time with you.
Why don't we go to the rest?
I should head to the Temple of Dawn or gladly. Don't do this to me. Should I work? Or spend some time with him? Now I'm also wondering if I shouldn't have just accepted Malak. But then again, yeah, that shadow person of his, I don't know how comfortable I am with that. Well, how about, sure, let's... I think we can learn more from him as well as an envoy. That's gonna be my excuse. Sure. When you arrive, you sit under Atri's statue. Does Atri look like this under her hood?
Yes and no. If she stopped throwing herself into fires and canals and fights, I'm sure her hair would grow out, her skin would heal, and I believe she would look like this. But is she ever going to?
No.
Do you know she sleeps in the shadows? I offered her my place. I can go somewhere else for a couple of days, but she said...
He clears his voice. Elphion, how many will die if I don't act?
I really wanted to tell her that.
His smile drops. That her efforts are futile, or that people will die regardless. That's kind of the same thing. Her efforts are not futile, I don't believe that, so... that people will die regardless.
The people she saves won't. She knows she can't save them all. She has made peace with that, I think. She can save some. That's enough for her.
That's anything anyone can ever do.
What a dreadful topic.
You find death dreadful?
It terrifies me.
Are you willing to test your immortality? Let's change the topic. You are a coward? No. I am also afraid. Not right now. No, if it terrifies him, then let's change the topic.
Much appreciated.
Should we ask Atri to join us?
I doubt she'll come. She was nagging me endlessly yesterday. Alphion, the Abyss is not to be left wanting. I beg to differ. Something so ancient must have a warped sense of time. What's a decade or so in the grand scheme of things?
That reminds you of the demands the Abyss has of you. The Abyss seems to be pretty insistent about bringing forth the darkest hour.
You'll learn to tune its demands out. Although, ever since you awakened, its mandate for me has changed.
Oh? His smirk turns into a distant gaze.
This prodigal one seems to be quite the thorn in the Abyss side,
All I know is that they seem to have ties to the goddess.
Ah yes, the false sun so fiercely hated by the Abyss.
He taps the bundle on the ground.
Can't say I agree with it.
But it's a lie, or I feel the same. What part is a lie? Wait. What? Ties to the goddess. False sun so fiercely hated. Can't say I agree with it. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't hate the goddess. And so far, I would agree with him. Right, so it's a lie is... like the goddess is a lie, basically. I mean, are we getting into religion as a whole? Because the thing is, like, I'm not religious. I have respect for religion if it helps people, okay? So faith can be very powerful, and if it helps you, just if it supports you, if it makes you be a better person, then it's a good thing to me. So yeah, I feel the same.
I'm glad to hear that.
He sighs.
That was a mood killer. Time for some singing, I reckon. This is your cue to run away if you so desire.
I'll stay a little longer, or I should go to the Temple of Dawn. They really want to push me to go working. And we might actually be missing something by not going to the temple sooner. I don't know. Man, choice-based games. I'll stay a little longer.
Did you know that I started to pick up the trade language we use with Javidians? It's quite easy to rhyme.
Time flies when you spend it with him. He's so good at running away from his duties that it makes you forget yours.
Oh no. Oh no. I hope this doesn't have bad consequences for us.
The bells that mark the end of the working day toll all around you. The Sitchin seam isn't far, and you still owe Emilia the dinner you promised her. Should we have gone to work? You run to the shop just in time to see her wrap up her work.
Oh, Olivera, hello.
Behind her, some apprentices are stitching the hems of small flags around a rope. Good evening. I didn't know the shop made flags.
We normally don't. This is a special order for the festival. Rumor has it that this year not one, but 2 families will become noble houses, and they are splurging on decorations. Working on the nightgowns was a nice change of pace. Speaking of which, how are the nightgowns?
Wonderful, thank you.
You should thank Miss Morane. I only did my job.
Do you remember the dinner plans we had to cancel? She nods. Are you free now?
Of course. Are Silas and Miss Morane going to join us later?
Today it's just you and me. She searches your face. They are both busy, Morane with her studies and Silas with her gigs.
You're very nice, even when talking about what Silas does.
Well, she does what she has to.
Ah, I almost forgot. I have something for you.
For me? She plucks a folded letter from her apron. There are some holes where the needles passed through.
Sir Vanni's courier said he didn't know where to find you. That's why the letter was delivered to me.
You open it. My dearest Michaela is nowhere to be found. I fear the worst. Yet a dream came to me, smudged like charcoal, of you two together. Will you find it in your heart to aid me once more? The message is short. Most of the letter is reserved for a charcoal portrait of a comely woman with a round face and smiling eyes. You have the feeling you have seen her before. The chilly message you had to read for her is imprinted in your memory. The child had your brother's eyes. The Lady of Dusk took such a liking to them. Emilia cranes her neck to look at the portrait on the letter.
Who might that lady be?
Tell her what you know. Where can I find a runner? It's urgent, or you don't want to get involved. I mean, we want to help where we can, right? Tell her what you know. I guess we can trust her with that, but maybe this one? Maybe she... well, she doesn't recognize her. If it's urgent, let's do this one. Where can I find a runner? It's urgent.
Follow me.
Emilia guides you to a courtyard. None of the runners seem thrilled about having to go to Fiorella so late.
I'll be stuck there until the morning.
Would this be enough? You show him a handful of coins.
Meh. I'll take the job if you don't want it.
The second youth has an old scar next to her eye. She is happy to pocket the money.
Who do I need to find?
Sir Valerico of House Vanni. Tell him that the Lady of Dusk visited his love and left with a young soul. The youth repeats the message word by word.
Let's hope I don't have to wait long for the ferry.
She then darts away. I hope Sir Vanni will be able to find her. I have done what I can. I wonder what Valerico's retribution will look like. I fear the worst has happened to Michaela. Possible. I hope Sir Vanni will be able to find her.
I will keep both in my prayers.
Enelia's stomach groans loudly.
I'm sorry.
We should go to the Rose before it gets too dark. The dinner is a somber affair. When you escort Enelia back, she apologizes for the dour mood. It's really not your fault.
Right. I will retire for the night. Thank you for the meal.
Take care. Could we have done more? Really never sure here. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for today. Very interesting. I like that we had, we talked to so many different people. So many envoys too. And I mean, as you can tell, I'm always kind of torn with the choices here. I'm very interested to see where it's headed. But yeah, that's it from me for today. As always, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.